What's going on, you guys? Slim here, Nationals 2022 with my boy Asian Persuasion. You already know these super late night deck profiles, but we are here with a top 64 contestant. What's your name and what did you play?
Hey, my name is Nick, and I played Swordsoul.
Awesome. Why did you choose to play Swordsoul?
I've just been playing it for a really long time, and I also think the deck is just like super fun to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, shoutouts to Kenny. We built like the deck and played a lot together, and then practiced a lot together. And also like shoutouts to like all the flip guys. So like Tom, Bruce. I traveled with them, and it was like really nice. And then also shoutouts to everyone at the house. You know who you are, and also gang as well.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, let's see it.
All right, so for like the sword engine, like this is like super standard at this point. Like everyone like knows these. So it's like the 2 Taya, the 3 Mo's, 3 Ecclesia, and then 3 Long. That's like it for the monsters. And then spells is like the Emergence and the Blackout. Like I mean, people have been playing these ratios like ever since like the deck has been like popular. So we know these ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, they are.
Right?
Wait, I had to do a double take. I was like, woo.
Oh God, yes.
They were, don't worry, I know what they are.
This is an honorary Swordsoul card. Like,
yeah.
like this card is so amazing in the
Yeah.
deck. Like it helps like feed Cheng Ying, and then just gets your like engine when you're like missing some pieces, and it's just honestly so broken.
Back to 3 next list.
Yeah, I was so happy when I went back to 2. I
Yeah.
was so happy. And then for the Tenyi lineup, I played 3 Ashina. So I'm a little weird. So I played 2 Adhara and 2 Vishita and 1 Chitana. I mean, like a lot of people play like max ratios maybe. Like I know Kenny likes 3 Vishita, 3 Adhara. Because he likes being able to see them every turn, but I opted to play 40 cards. That's why I cut the 2 Tenyis. I decided to cut the 2 Tenyis because I wanted to like high roll, drawing like 2 hand traps in my like starting hand if I were to go second. And then also I realized that like a lot of times like drawing the Tenyis are really good, and like drawing multiple Tenyis is really good, but like the only really good combination that you want to see the 2 Tenyis are in is like Ashina plus like one of these, right? But like drawing like these 2 together, it's like so mediocre. Like it's like essentially like drawing like a normal summon, and so I opted to cut these to like reduce that chance of like me drawing like 2 of these in like the same hand, yeah, I mean, you can like explain your take on like the 3s.
Yeah,
too.
so like literally the only difference in like the whole deck is like I played these extra 2, and the only reason why I picked these extra 2 over like the other ones is because I always want to see a Tenyi no matter what. And like I actually think like drawing like these 2 separately is like kind of fine because it's like a low-key hidden combo that beats Nib and Token Collector, which like sounds kind of stupid, but like sometimes it just happens a lot game 2 and 3 because that's all the cards deciding against you. And like for a while, like this card, I wasn't like playing this card because when you draw multiple Tenyis in your hand, there's a play with Dragon Circle where if you draw Moyi plus a different like Tenyi, you can just Dragon Circle the Moyi away, summon the different Tenyi, and then banish the Ishuna from your hand and still make a level 8. And that's why I really like these 3. But I do get the reasoning behind like you want to draw 2 hand traps, especially in Punk format. But it's like kind of preference at this point. I think each way is like totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, like another thing is like the thing where you can like cut this and say like summon the Tenyi that you're missing, and then Ashina, search Ashina with the circle. It's like it only really works if like you have like another Tenyi name in hand. So like in those like really like awkward hands where it's just like you have like 2 normal summons like an Ecclesia and like a Taya or something. Like it's really like this is like your only search option. So
that card is just, I know it's standard, but it's just mandatory. You just have to play it. It comes up way too much to like actually cut it.
Especially because Ogre is like making like a huge comeback in this format. Like you need to play this card. Yeah. And then like the hand traps. So I play 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, so broken, 3 Imperm, and 3 Nib. Yeah. This card was like super sus for me, like all weekend today. Like,
Yeah.
dropping it felt so good, but at the same time felt so bad because like you can't like play with any of your Tenyis, and like if you're ending, so like a lot of times like you end in your combo, you get to like add Ashina back to your hand at the end of the combo with like Adahara, and then like if you're sitting with Nib in your hand and like your only follow up is like is just Ashina, you feel kind of like reluctant to use a nib because then like you stop their combo, but at the same time like sometimes like they still have like follow up for the next turn, but you're turning off your own follow up, so it's just like really like sus to like activate this.
Yeah, but it's like the card that you have to play it because it's the only tech slot in this like hand trap lineup that has the highest impact. Like you can't play like Valor or something weak because then you'll just die, but you rather just get lucky and hope that you just nuke the whole field and that it just wins you the game straight up. Because against Punk, you can't draw like Valor Imperm. That won't stop like Right Z Telly or whatever. Or like Brandon Fusion, Aliber. Like 2 small hand traps isn't gonna do it. So you have to like hope to draw the big one, even though it does conflict. So we ended up playing Nick because of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's also why we swapped the Ogres over the Valors as well. Because it was like much more high impact on like the board of like, or just rights in general.
Yeah, like the best thing you can do against this deck is activate Rite of Air Messier. Like you just feel like you lose when they activate that, so you just have to have that card.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the main deck. It's like 40 cards. Let's do extra.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got the token signed by everyone at the house.
Nice.
Oh God, yes. And then just like these Demon Slayer tokens. So it's like this is also a really solved extra deck at this point. So I got the 3 10s.
It's only like 1 tech slot in it.
Yeah, exactly. So the 3 10s, Shelfing, Berserker, double Ecclesia. I mean not double Ecclesia, double Chijiao, Bogzia and Yazi. That's it for the synchros. Like, yeah, you're not really changing this at all. And then we got the 3 monks and the shaman. Shaman was really good. It helps you like after you get nibbed. There's like a lot of times where you can recover with shaman, and then this Lina, super broken. Like this is like your way of like dealing with your own nib and like when you get nibbed as well. There's a lot of times where like I can like bait my opponent into nibbing me, and then like after they nib me, like I just make Lina and then search Ecclesia and then just like actually play. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the extra deck.
And also like the best thing about the Lina is like literally when you nib them, right, you can normal summon any one of your hand traps, or even if you summon Moye and it gets stopped, you can just go into Lina, and every time you nib them, you always summon the token in attack mode when it tires, and you attack into the nib, you clear your field, and then you search Ecclesia. And you can special Ecclesia, and you have it normal summon, assuming you haven't been doing that. So it, like you nib them, and you can play through an interruption. So it's just like so broken.
Yeah, so broken. Yeah, that's it for the extra, and then the side. It's just like, it's like this. This is the floods, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got the anti-spell and the D-barrier. So I play 2 D-barrier because it just goes with my siding pattern. So a lot of times in the mirror, actually like every time in the mirror, even if I'm going second, I'm siding in D-barrier because you can like, unless they have barrier themselves, you can a lot of times like pick apart your opponent's like sword board and then like set up your own D barrier and just make it impossible for them to come back. And sometimes like your sword opponents will think it's like, all right, like in the mirror, like in pre-sided games, like the mirror, like it could be argued that going second in the mirror is like correct. So a lot of times like my opponents will make me go first in the mirror, like post-siding, and they won't expect me to put like a trap card going first, and like I think this is like just really punishes them for that. That actually happened to me during the tournament. And then I got reboot, of course, and then the mass like back row removal, go along with the reboot, and then we got Gamma. Gamma was like probably the nicest card on my side all weekend. I know Kenny put me on it, and
yeah, card's like literally so broken. Like the fact that it just kills the problem. Like you're hitting, like a lot of people playing Marincess this weekend. Just hit the first thing like blue tank, removes the body. They can't even extend after that. Like you can even wait against Marincess against their turn, and you can hit their bubble reef because they'll try to draw on your turn and just literally shuts off the whole engine, turns off the trap card too.
Yeah, they
so
can't
broken.
chain wave or anything because there's nothing to negate, make their stuff invincible, and yeah, it's just really nice. Great 6 card to draw too. And then we got the crows for like the Despia matchup because like I feel like the Despia deck is actually like really broken if like they're able to set up, and like this just like helps you in like a lot of like situations outside Despia as well. So like hitting Scythe, like this card's really good when you like pair it with another hand trap because like if you have like another hand trap to stop them from making like a Baron or like a Griffin, this is actually like really nice to like stop like the Scythe combo on your turn. Yeah, that's it for the deck.
Awesome, man. Well, Awesome to see. Congratulations on top 64, and thank you for the deck.
Yeah, of course.